Hi, and welcome to my channel, Excel Sheets Made Easy. On this channel, we're going to cover basic tips for using Microsoft Excel and also Google Sheets. So just make sure you like and subscribe so you can get the latest videos with tips and tricks. Today, we're just going to start with a very basic video for those who maybe are not familiar with Microsoft Excel. So when you open a new workbook, you'll just select a blank workbook and it'll look like this when you start. Here at the top, you have your menu options. And as you click through those, they give you drop downs of new options. So like your home has the most of the ones that you'll use frequently. Insert, if you want to add things in. Page layout is the way that you're going to view your sheet. Formulas, data, etc. So to begin typing in the cells, all you do is click with your cursor and type anything you want in the cell. Now, if you'll notice, it does extend beyond the cell A there. So if you had text in here, it would cut it off and you wouldn't be able to see it. So what I would do in that case is select the whole column, and you can either double click between the two columns to extend it based on the text you have there, or you can drag it between there with your left cursor on your mouse and extend it to however wide you want it to be. So if this one is still cut off, what we would do is go back to our home tab and select wrap text, which will wrap it to a second row within that same cell. And then you're able to see all of it. So we'll just cover some basic formatting for text in this video. So what you'll do is select the text you want to change. You can select multiple cells by left clicking and dragging, or you can just select one cell by clicking on that cell. So in this case, what we'll do is adjust the font here, and we're going to change it to Aharoni. And see how that looks. Now it made it a little bit bigger so it doesn't fit in the row anymore. So what we'll do is double click between the rows to extend that height to the text that's in there. So once that's done, if you want to fill the cell, you can select your fill color here, and you can select any color that's here within your theme, or you can go to more colors and you can select one of the preset ones here, or go to custom and select, you just click anywhere in here to select a color, and then from there, you can drag the little arrow to get another tint of that same color. If you do know the RGB code, you can put it in here, or you can put in the hex code here if you're a more pro at that. You can also use the HSL code as well if you know them, if you had a specific color like for your company or something. So we're going to change that one to that color, and then your last colors used will be here for easy access. This one we're just going to use a preset one so it's quick and easy. You can also adjust how you want the text to display in the cell. So right now the text is at the bottom of the cell. You could align it to the middle of the cell, or you could even align it to the top of the cell. You could make it left justified where it aligns to the left of the cell, centered in the cell, or to the right of the cell. You can also adjust the indent if you had like a lot of text that you wanted to look a certain way. You can change the text direction here if you wanted it to go vertically or upside down or anything. You can also merge and center, but if you merge two cells that have data in both of them, it's only going to keep the left cell. So we're not going to do that with this one, but that's an option as well. Another thing you can do is add a border to your cell to make it a little more distinctive, which you could put it on the bottom, the top, the left, or right. If you have specific other things you want to do with the borders, like a line color for your border or a certain style, like you can make it a dotted line, a dashed line. If you want to see all your options, you can go to more borders and adjust it there. In this case, I'll do a dotted line border, and we're going to make it green, and we'll do it on the outside and also the inside. So once you click OK, it applies it to the cells you had selected. Another thing you can do with the data is to format how it appears. So let's say you had a number here, and you want to change the formatting to make it look like money, you would just click the accounting symbol and it would change it to money. You can also change the number of decimal points you want to see, or you can decrease them if you don't want to see it all. You just want to have a full number. It'll round it automatically for you. If you want to have comma in there, you can, or you can remove it. If you wanted it to be a percentage, you could click that, and it would. Those are the quick formats. You can also click the little arrow here to see all of the options for formatting. And if you have a lot of data, you can also adjust it. I'm going to use some sample data to give you an idea. So like if you wanted to go through your data here and filter it, you can highlight, sort, and filter, and then collect filter. And then once you click filter, you can adjust whatever you want to filter that column for. So like let's say we only wanted to see payments that were made in 2026 or 2025. We'll just click it here and then it'll filter out all the other payments that are not in 2025. And then when you're done looking at the data, you can either select all or clear your filter um, to remove that. And so for conditional formatting, let's say we'll do that for this cells here. Select all of them and then we'll do highlight cells greater than, and I'll put in 2,600. And we're going to want it to fill them green because those are our good accounts, let's say. So then once you hit OK, it'll automatically do that. So you can quickly see, oh, these are the accounts that are over $2,600. And that's a quick, easy way to do that. Again, if you want to format your table, let's say I wanted to fill these in with a different color background to make it easier to stand out, I can easily highlight that and change the color to give it a different look and feel. And then do the same here for these values. I'm going to change this one to a different color so that they're distinctive. And this will make your data stand out. You can also, let's say you wanted to hide some rows in this column. You can highlight the ones you want to hide and then right click and click hide. And then those rows will be hidden from your view, but they're not deleted, which is great. And then if you want to bring them back, I like to select all the data in the chart and then right click and do unhide. So that way it'll unhide anything that you have hidden across your whole worksheet. If you need to add another worksheet, you can just click the plus here and it'll add in another sheet. It automatically gives it a default label, and then you can double click here and rename it to whatever you want it to be. And then from there, you can just continue to add on as whatever details you'd like for that. And I think that's a good start to get you started. Just go ahead and practice these skills. And if there's other things you'd like to know how to do in Excel, just leave it in the comments and we'll get another video out with those tips. Thank you.